Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today in Los Angeles on the Where's Shmee US Edition tour to visit the fairly incredible Ferrari collection of my friend David Lee. Now, since I last caught up with David, the collection has grown with a few new cars we're going to take a look at. But today is also the delivery day of his brand new Ferrari SF90 Stradale Assetto Fiorano, and we're going to see the car arriving. Today's video is also sponsored by Stereo, where I've been doing some live broadcast with some familiar names from the car world, Yanimai's TGE, Raz from Remove Before Race, and more, where you can get involved in some of our conversations as well. Make sure to check out the link in the description below to be part of the upcoming broadcasts. Today though, we're going to catch up with David, take a look around this amazing garage, and then it will be the delivery of his new SF90 Stradale. In a moment, David will be here before the SF90 is going to touch down, but last time around, we went out in the F12 TDF. I love that car, matching the specification of the 1960s 250. He's also making some more videos of the cars in the collection, so do check those out. But when he's here, we'll have a full look around, and then it's SF90 time. Hey David, how's it going?
Hey Tim, how you doing? Welcome to my garage again. We missed you. Yeah, it's been for a while.
Thank you very much. It has indeed. It's been a couple of years since the last time I came to visit you.
Yeah.
And we took that out. You're
yes,
stunning.
We did. I remember we took that out, and you're always a V12 front engine guy. And so we've gotten some new cars since you've been here, and actually probably one of your favorites, the 812 GTS.
Yes.
And therefore, I parked it right here, front and center, for you to show your viewers. And obviously, I'm getting my SF90 Assetto Fiorano packaged car today, and so we'll have to move that for the SF90. But in the meantime, it's in the spotlight area just for you.
It could be worse. I make no secret that I'm a big fan of the 812 Superfast and of course the GTS. We'll hear that V12, but you have picked up a few new cars.
Yeah.
That included Daytona Spider, the F8.
Yep, the F8 Spider, Daytona Spider, obviously was a pickup during the pandemic period, which I really love. It kind of completes my whole collection from the 250, 275, 330, 365. And then really, I think the Dino 246 is really the next thing, and then jumps to the 288 GTO, F40, F50, Enzo LaFerrari, and now the SF90. So I like to do things in a theme. I like continuity, and it's an evolution of, and I feel like that was a missing thing.
For sure, that is, to be honest, having had you just point out the lineage here going all the way through, that is really quite special. But that's not all, because down towards the other end of your collection...
Yeah, you didn't see the Pista.
No, the Pista is new as well, and you didn't even have the 4GT last time I was here.
That's true, and you had it before me, actually. And I finally got mine. This Pista Spider I really like. Of course, the help of the GM James Bush, which is coming actually today to deliver the SF90. But we kind of thought about together. This is a burgundy, so it's a Rosso Fiorano, so it's a historic color in the burgundy, and ivory. There's a name Avorio. It's ivory in Italian, so it's kind of both historic color and even the spec in the inside you'll see. I just really like it. It's so pretty.
Definitely.
How it's throughout the car.
I love the time and effort you go to make specifications right. I mean, nothing is a better example than the F12 TDF linking up.
And I don't know if you noticed the extensive use of the red or burgundy
for the carbon
fiber. You know, Ferrari takes usually forever to order these and deliver that. But it does, when it does, it comes out really nice. 'Cause usually it's black, which is fine too, but this is special, you know.
This is absolutely stunning. Yeah. To be honest, it's one of the best looking pieces I've ever seen. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I was in some Pista rally, and this really stands out. I don't see other ones that are like this, but it takes a special kind of spec and thinking and stuff. You rush in it too fast, you're just gonna have one that like everybody else has, you know.
For sure. And then your Pagani Huayra, the 4GT.
And then, hey, I have to say, what's your thoughts on your 4GT?
I absolutely love my 4GT. I will never sell it.
It's just an awesome car.
And you know what? With these two side by side, they're two of the most stunning cars I think out there in the entire world.
I probably expect the non-Ferraris kind of in this theme with the blue and the carbon fiber as the non-Ferrari theme. So you can, that's why it looks quite.
Because this is a carbon series.
This is the carbon series, and then it's got the blue and the carbon, so it just kind of works similar.
Yeah, well, it all ties in perfectly, but I think we need to shortly move the 812 and then head upstairs.
Yeah, sure, exactly. Let's do it.
That sounds good. 6.5 litres of V12 with the roof down. That's a very cool pairing. The 812 alongside the F12 TDF. Imagine with the upcoming 812 hardcore derivative very, very soon. The car is due to arrive shortly, so we'll be heading outside. But before that, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about stereo. If you haven't already downloaded the app to be part of the live broadcasts, make sure to click the link below and follow Shmee150, where I've been talking to a number of familiar names from the car world, the likes of Yanni from Yanimize, Tom, TGE, Raz, Removed Before Race, and even Puppy150 has been involved as well. But we're chatting about all sorts of different topics, going into some more detail behind the scenes a little bit, as well as giving you the opportunity to take part using Stereo's functionality to send in voice notes to be part of a Q&A. Let me give you a quick example of the kind of things we've been discussing.
Guys, it's Yanni from Yanimize, and it's Tim, Shmee150.
A new platform brings with it some new faces that become very famous very quickly. You know, when I joined YouTube, there was no partner program or revenue generation. You didn't do it for a business. You didn't do it to make money.
Be safe, and I'll catch you when you're back in the UK.
Hey, how are you? As it says, where the heck are our Black Series? The car was built, I think, sometime tail end of last year.
Somewhere in Zindelfingen, well, I think I know where, there is an incredible lineup of AMG GT Black Series cars waiting for wings or something. Catch you later, Raz. Thanks everyone for listening.
As you can see, all you need is a smartphone to broadcast your voice, to get involved in the discussion, and to send in voice notes to be part of the upcoming live Q&A. The information about that is down below, where you can also download Stereo, follow Shmee150, and take a listen back to some of the previous topics too. But upcoming, we'll be talking about the Shmuseum, about future Shmeemobiles, and a bit more behind the scenes with some very interesting characters as well. For now though, be sure to check it out, but I think David's SF90 Stradale is about to arrive, so let's head upstairs and see the unloading. And look what is now arriving on the back of the transporter. That is incredibly cool. The SF90 Stradale. This is a special delivery from Ferrari Westlake. Assetto Fiorano package with the larger wing, the carbon wheels, and the painted livery as well. I love that it's a Rosso Corsa car on a Rosso Corsa truck. How cool is this? Look at the front though with the painted silver, I love that. All ready to be unloaded then. This is the car with 1,000 horsepower, the hybrid setup, 3.9 litre twin turbo V8 with the electrical motors, all of the updated interior. We'll have a full look at it, as I said, with the carbon fibre wheels, full carbon, just like I have on the GT500. Then at the back with the Assetto Fiorano package, you get this more ducktail lipped rear spoiler in exposed carbon, and then with the visual design really to finish it off. This is very, very, very cool. How you liking it, David?
I think it's super cool. I'm so excited, man. Look at it, it's beautiful.
Congratulations, it is a stunning thing.
I mean, look at all the carbon fiber usage, which is, you're gonna see that that's very different than the normal
the normal car, yeah.
The SF90 Stradale. But yeah.
Absolutely loving it. What a machine. The startup sound is bizarre, the way it kicks into life using the electrical system, like we saw on the McLaren P1 and a number of other hybrids. But what's also crazy is how deep the engine sits beneath the rear window that you have, the view through to it. Obviously very low to the ground, but using the right equipment, this trailer actually folds up a touch just to make it a little bit easier to get the car down to the ground. Rosso Corsa with the Scuderia shields, low front end, but touchdown here on the ground. David's new SF90 Stradale Assetto Fiorano. That looks so good. How are you liking it, David?
Oh man, I'm so excited about it, man. This is crazy. This is crazy.
It looks so good. I didn't realise how good the Assetto Fiorano looks, because you get these carbon back buckets, don't you?
Yeah.
The Daytona style inserts that you have in the centre on the red. You've got the mix of red Alcantara and red leather with the black, and then you've also, on the door here, got the mix of satin carbon and the glossy carbon.
Yeah.
That's really, and the Assetto Fiorano plaque on the door sill.
I know, yeah.
Then all the carbon fibre inside as well. The LED driver zone on the steering wheel with the shift lights, the curved 16-inch display behind, the 8-speed DCT, the dual clutch controller, which is reminiscent of gated manuals, famous of course from your older Ferrari models. I really like how that's presented.
And you know, Tim, as you can see, I think like the Roma which you've done before, the monitor is all digital now.
Yeah,
also, so
the
it's
full
really,
curved display.
Yeah.
All of the touch panel controls that you have for your mirror controls, the start button on the steering wheel, the new style Manettino, even the climate controls and the passenger display as well. This is absolutely
Wild.
beautiful.
Wild. It's a big departure, you know, that's what I'm excited about. It's not like just more power and more, you know, better performance of a same car, but it's wholly a different departure. That's what's exciting about it.
It's a step on, it's a generation change.
Yeah.
It's the next generation of this kind of car. And then back here you have the active aero as well. There's an active aero piece that works inside this gap, which closes it, depending on how you're driving, what speed it is. And then
look at all this carbon right there. Of course, the carbon is there.
do you notice how far down the engine sits?
I know. That's,
when you look through here, you think that engine must be down right on the ground somehow.
Right. That's nuts.
It's mounted, the main block is kind of here, right behind the seats, and this height, right down to the ground.
Yeah. And as I've seen in the videos, the batteries, there's here one on both sides.
Yeah.
One down here also. Like in
Keep the weight in the middle, keep it low.
Yeah. So it's very central gravity.
And you've got all of the kind of orange cables which tell you you've got a hybrid here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wow, there's a lot to take in here. There's a lot to take in. And then everything's supplied with the car. You've got your car cover.
Look at
Oh
that.
wow, yeah.
Look at that.
And this again, the full carbon
my
exposed
gosh.
tray areas.
No wonder it's so expensive.
That's really cool actually, just seeing that.
Yeah.
That's really for the electrical assistance, because you can run it when it's in the full electric, it's front wheel drive. It's effectively kind of a front wheel drive Ferrari, which is presumably exactly what we're looking at here. David's first couple of yards on the road. Enjoy. Honestly, I'm actually blown away by how it looks. Like this, out in the sunshine. It's completely different when you see a car out in its actual natural habitat. Obviously a bit of a dip here. And the Assetto Fiorano, unfortunately, is without a lift system. If you have the Assetto Fiorano, it doesn't have the front nose lift. Small price to pay for a car like this though, hey? Look at that. In auto, valves closed. The SF90 returns. It's quite the dip. Hey, it actually managed that. I'm curious as to how low exactly that front end is. It just looks so good. I'm really quite pleasantly surprised by this car. I didn't expect to be as blown away by it as I am, and I'm sure David is as well. Perfect addition to the collection. In it arrives, another red car to join the others, the two hybrid Ferraris together, SF90 and the LaFerrari. How is it, David?
Wow, it's awesome. This is an unbelievable car, and I'm still amazed on the technology, how to you know, understand all the technology.
That's quite cool, the graphics and
yeah,
things.
look at that. But the driving was so tight, so quick and so tight.
Awesome.
This is really just, I'm really blown away. Very, very excited.
The plan now then is I'm going to hop in with you.
Yeah, let's go for a drive. Let's see how this thing feels.
I'm looking forward to it. So we will hop on board and head outside. First time for me in an SF90 on the move, and it could not be in a better way in your car. I'm looking forward to just feeling and experiencing how all of this works. So we'll head on out.
Right, so a lot of use for carbon fiber.
It's actually quite spacious in here, isn't it?
Quite spacious, and obviously the first thing you notice is all the digital, right? Okay, and let's see here. I'm still.
Oh, and the music comes on. Then we've got the central screen. It's kind of like the passenger display on other Ferrari models, but also kind of a new screen with the performance charts.
So right now this is on hybrid mode.
Yeah.
So there's the 3-4 different other modes.
So how does that work? How when you press
so it starts like that, but you know you
tap.
So this one
qualifying.
You got
mode.
to qualifying. You can't just it makes you until the engine warms up to a certain degree before you can go to performance, which
Racetrack.
is, you know, like that. But so I've driven it, so that's why you can go to performance. This is the hybrid.
Hybrid
and
for normal every day, and then
full electric.
the full electric mode.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see here. So let's say we go to hybrid mode, and then Okay.
It makes that little buzz when it turns on. So now we're on.
Are we on?
Park ready. So now you pop it into reverse.
Oh, it is, right. Well, you know this better.
And then we're in electric.
Wow, look at that.
That's neat. That's actually really very neat. And there we go, the engine kicks in. You have that fairly familiar now twin turbo Ferrari V8 type sound. You can tell it's a foam car. It's definitely the track focus version, right?
Yeah, exactly, very foam.
Just a little bit more feel, but very smooth, and it just chops straight back into electric. Okay, so in hybrid it drops back into e-drive.
Yeah.
I like how smooth that is.
Yeah, very smooth, right? And then here you see the two different.
Yeah, you can see the
the
fuel and the electric charge, and also I think that's in here as well. I can go performance
you
and
can
then
see
I can go battery. As is the way these things go, there's a little bit of muted valve thanks to regulations and all of that.
How can I help you?
Oh, it thinks we're talking to it. I think that's one of the problems with the touch panel, because you accidentally touch the touch panel by mistake.
That kept happening. And Ferrari's been using a lot of this kind of sensor for the lanes and stuff. I've noticed for the F8 Spider, the V12 GTs. There's been that.
Yeah, so it still thinks you're talking to it, so you need to press the speaker at the top one. There we go, now it's gone. Now it knows you're not talking to it anymore, and we're back into e-drive. It sure is quiet, isn't it? I mean, it's full electric right now.
Yeah.
We're just cruising in full electric mode, despite the fact that there's a lovely V8 back there behind us. It's a very narrow view out towards the rear. You can't see all that much backwards. Just an unusual sensation to be in a silent Ferrari. This is the first silent Ferrari. Because in the LaFerrari, you can only drive electrically at very low speeds.
Right.
Just basically when you're not touching the throttle, creep effectively.
And it seems like on the LaFerrari, the electric mode comes on less. I mean, here the electric mode has been quite a long time. It's been on electric.
Yeah, well, the LaFerrari's technology only allows it when you're manoeuvring at up to a couple of miles per hour. There we go. It just comes back in. It's not the loudest thing in the world. I thought there might be a little bit more engine sound, but obviously up into 8th gear, it's near on silent. Just at the moment, the beeps are when we cross the line, the lanes, because of the automatic recognitions, effectively. Software, hey, probably turn that off a little bit later, but.
Shall we put it on the less of the hybrid and see?
Yeah, pop it into.
So let's pop it in the
qualifying mode or track mode, and then turn it up into turn the Manatino up to race as well.
Right.
A little bit sporty, you get that digital. Yeah, there's a little bit more sound out of it. Probably the shifts get faster and sharper as well.
Yeah, this thing is cool though.
It's a cool.
Look at it. It shows the kind of
the electric motors in action or whatever they're up to. It's a cool tech thing. There's just lots of gadgets and things to play with and new technology, and yeah, I mean, just looking around and learning it all. I like how much space there is. This reminds me of the 430 era, just a very open central tunnel.
Right.
Because obviously the more recent cars have had the floating park, reverse, neutral drive type buttons. But this is.
I have to tell you, Jim, I'm very excited about this car. I mean, you know, it's just so cool.
Okay, starting to feel some of that torque. It's the next generation that Ferrari waited until they could do it right, you know, until they could do this completely correctly. And I'm absolutely loving this. Down here, you have the key, which is in its protective case at the moment. The key, which mounts onto this key bracket, and then it has that storage holder. That's something as part of the delivery experience. Yes, it's really, really cool. You're going to have the fun of doing everything like peeling off the protective films.
Right.
On all of the different screens at the moment. At the moment we're in track, but if you pop it now into hybrid, ignoring the beeps as we cross the lanes, still got the engine running at the moment. There we go, straight into e-drive. it's incredible how it just does that in the background. You've got a lot of information in front of you, but it gives you you can set it all and choose what's up there on the screen.
It's all there. It's all there. You know, it's like.
I know the idea of this for Ferrari was that you can keep your eyes basically on the road or very near to the road. You don't need to look away at anything. Everything's right there in front of you as the driver. It's all about that driving experience. And I particularly love this, where you have the launch control, the automatic manual and reverse controls. Back into like, do you know what? I mean, hybrids aren't exactly, like, they're not brand new. Hybrids have been around for a decade now, but it doesn't feel normal in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's a strange sensation.
And here you drive 50 miles per hour, you still got an E-mode. I mean, you know, usually a lot of cars already switch to engine mode, right?
Yeah, so it's still driving on E-mode, and we're still keeping the battery as it was when we started. There's also actually a decent amount of space behind using the shelf. I wasn't really aware of that before, but makes the car a little bit more practical with the lovely carbon fibre backed bucket seats.
I'm really glad to have got the Assetto Fiorano. It makes a big difference in this car.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm genuinely surprised by how long it stays in the electric drive side of things. I thought it would dip back into combustion engine much sooner, but it's happy chilling just as an electric car.
It's got 8 gears, I was just seeing.
Yeah, 8-speed dual clutch. But when you're driving electrically, this is the thing I find bizarre. As you've just been driving it, it's the first front-wheel drive Ferrari. Which is unusual. Obviously, normally Ferraris with their rear-wheel drive until the FF and Lusso came along and they became a little bit four-wheel drive. Kind of cool. But this is cool. The whir in the background, right? Spaceship, UFO Ferrari. Wow. And then up the big dip. And it's totally fine. I'm very impressed by the front. I thought without the lift system in here, which you can't have on the Assetto Fiorano, I thought it would be much lower to the ground, but it's got over those dips without issues. This is really nice. I love it. Congratulations. This is such a cool car. And back in we go. What a view on arrival here. You have such a stunning collection of cars. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come in.
Sure, thank you.
And then the noises as it stops again. It's unusual. It's everything to learn from the ground up. That's, I think, the big thing about this. It's a completely beginning learning process again.
It's like getting a new iPhone.
Yes, a new generation of iPhone. You've got to learn it all and understand how it all works and how all of this comes together. And then at the end, you get a display there of what percentage time you had in each driving mode, amongst other bits of information that it offers. Obviously the door handles, you press in like this to open. Aerodynamic feature as opposed to having the more traditional door handles you'd find on the side of the car. And the headlights wrap around that aero blade piece that you have as well coming across the front.
It goes without saying that the SF90 Stradale is an incredible car, a worthy addition to David's magnificent collection of the Ferraris up towards this end. The second hybrid Ferrari, but a very different proposition to the LaFerrari. As we've just experienced, the way the hybrid system with the V12 works in the LaFerrari is very, very different to the more dailyable supercar nature of this, we could say, which is probably the surprise for me, that the twin-turbo V8 with the electric motors with 1,000 horsepower was still so pleasant and comfortable and enjoyable in the electric drive modes or even in the hybrid mode, and the way that it kicked into the electric side of things. So a huge congratulations to David, the first Assetto Fiorano SF90 I've even seen myself, let alone been out for a ride-in, now joining the magnificent Ferrari display that he has here in the collection. And in fact, if you'd like to see some more videos with some of his cars, do head over to David's channel as well to see more of what they're up to and more things coming in the future. And do not forget to download stereo, follow Shmee150 for the upcoming live broadcast, the Q&A, more information down below about that, and also to take a listen to some of the interesting things we've already been talking about and the people I've been talking with. For now though, again, a huge congratulations to David on the addition of the SF90 Stradale to the collection. I'll pop all of his links down below and those to stereo. But that's it for this time, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers!